Hey guys! What are you guys doing here? Welcome to the Wig Alopecia podcast. This is episode 12, and my name is Jessie Vesper. How are you guys today? Okay, enough about you. Let's talk about me, my favorite subject. Guys, I have so much to talk to you about today. I am like bursting at the seams. Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust because I have so much to talk about. So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right into things. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take the liberty and we're gonna do what I want because we've already heard about you. We've heard about your day. It's time to move on. Let's start with a little outfit of the day. Now that that's out of the way. I've got the My Hero Academia overhaul shirt. I've got this belt from Walmart. I've got the thrifted pants from Torrid, and I did meet Jasmine Bean in these pants, so be jealous. I've got my Sonic the Hedgehog socks on because I can do anything with my Sonic the Hedgehog socks on, even though he looks very stretched out.
Okay.
I do have a little confession. This will probably be a reoccurring pant on the podcast because, guys, I'm out of pants. I've worn every pair of pants except for like one, but they don't quite fit the way I would like them to at the moment, so you will be seeing those later. I need to go thrifting for more jeans and pants, but guys, it's hard for me to find my size because they don't have 40 whale at the thrift store all the time, okay? And I need 40 whales. So I'm looking for belts and I'm looking for pants because, guys, I have a lot of shirts. I have a lot of t-shirts. I am a t-shirt girly to my core. I will always love a t-shirt. I will always rock a t-shirt because rock t-shirts, I love rock t-shirts, but I would rock a t-shirt. Guys, I'm not trying to be a hoe all the time. It is ingrained into the fabric of my being and my biology. However, I am not trying to dress like one all the time. Sometimes you got to just be comfy and living your life, okay? As soon as this is over, I'm changing into sweatpants. Yeah. It's happening. I need to go thrifting and find some pants. And I've been thrifting, but not in a couple weeks. And I need to not waste money. So I haven't been going, but I do need pants. So that would be a necessary evil. But when you go thrifting, you can't just, go to buy pants. You have to look. Anyways, guys, I'm giving up on love. I'm over love. I love it. I'm over self-love. I'm ready to self-deprecate. I'm on my haterade today a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I am trying to love myself more, but if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? It's in the Bible. It's what it says. And guys, I don't know. I'm on, I'm off the dating apps. I'm on, I'm off. I had this thing and I thought this thing. Love doesn't always work out the way you think it will, does it? No. And guys, could I be the problem? Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I think I am the problem. I think I have commitment issues. I think all I can commit to is this podcast right now. My advice for you guys, if something good is coming into your life, just run away from it and ruin it with your toxic tendencies. The other day, I was thinking of podcast topics and I was like, what if I screenshot Facebook dating bios of really weird things I see or toxic things I see? And so I did. And I have some screenshots that I'm just going to read you some bios this morning, this afternoon, this night, whatever time it is where you are. Don't really care. I did this in the span of less than 30 minutes. So let me just show you what I found. This one says fitness, adventure, and other things. You deserve the best things in life, so let me be one of them. And that one was cute. I would say that one was cute. And who knows? I can't remember if I swiped right on him, but I probably did because guess what? My standards are low. This is from Michael, 36 years old. First and foremost, absolutely no games, BS, lies, or hookups, exclamation point. With that out of the way, I have a great personality, sweet, honest, faithful, caring, old-fashioned, romantic, laid back, and down to earth. I'm one who can stay at home and cuddle to a good movie. Distance isn't a problem as I love to drive and travel as I'm willing to relocate for the right one. Don't be afraid to like me back or message me. And that is in all capitals for that last one. I think everyone's afraid to like you back and message you because you are a freak. You're a freak weirdo. And that is why you're 36 and not married. Just like me. I believe in facts over word of mouth. Ellipsis. It only takes a minute to find the truth, my friends. Are you a modern day prophet? Also, did you know ... 3 periods is called an ellipsis? You learn something new every day. This is a 33-year-old who is a Norse pagan libertarian, and he did not vote, apparently, for Kamala or Trump, and he enjoys rally cars, fighting, and MTG? I don't know what MTG is. What is MTG? I know MGK. The reason I screenshotted this one was because I've been seeing a reoccurring trend in not just men's bios, but I've met somebody in real life who says they're a Norse pagan. And like, I don't really care if you're religious. Like, I've said I'm spiritual. I know I'm the worst person in the world, like, because I'm spiritual. How LA of me. I'm so spiritual. I don't care if you have a religion that isn't mine. I don't care. I don't believe in capitalized religion. I think that's a whole nother thing. But like, I've seen a trend with the men. They like to say they're Norse pagan. And I'm like, why? Why? I'm a wild card. I'm a trad guy. That will weed out most folks here. Check my Insta and ask if you need it, I guess. I'm an ambassador for 3 separate gym clothing lines. I take it all back. Can you please send me merch? Please, 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 please. I need clothes. I need pants. Can you send me pants? I love the gym, eat healthy, love family, Marvel Rivals? Question mark, question mark, question mark. What's Marvel Rivals? Is that a game? So Marvel Rivals is a video game. I didn't know that. And I'm a certified, verified nerd. Apparently not. My nerd card is going to get revoked. Ask me if you want to know anything. Good conversations are premium. I should have matched with this guy. If you're funny, you're obligated to talk to me. My trad husband, Corey, is 35 and he's an alpha male who takes charge. He'll pick the restaurant and he'll even fold clothes. He's also 5'9", and he's, law enforcement. Don't arrest me, please. Cuff me, daddy, but don't arrest me. Also, if you have to tell me you're an alpha, are you? Come into the tree. This one I thought was so funny. Just saying you're loyal doesn't mean shit. Not very social, no friends, with 0 communication skills, and prefer to stay home when not at work. I am also agoraphobic. Did you guys know that it only takes 2 months to start forming new healthy habits? I'm just curious how long it's going to take for you to stop being a hoe. Speaking of hoes, the hoes are laughing. Yep, I said it. Guys, can we talk about something weird, something intimate, something bizarre to me? And listen, I think I am pretty open to most things. I would say that. You probably would agree with me. Or maybe not. I don't care. Regardless, can we talk about being trans for clout? And I'm not talking about me, because of course I am a clout demon. I am a clout monster. I am here to steal your clout, take it, and make it my own. That said, can we talk about people that are lying, saying that they are trans, not transitioning, and then using that for clout? Can we talk about it? I'm not here to rip on anybody's identity. I don't care if you're a boy, a girl, the lack thereof, or somebody in between, okay? Don't care. I saw this guy, and I also saw a girl. I saw the girl before. I saw a guy, and I'm going to call them a girl and a guy because I think that's their preferred pronouns, at least according to their profiles. But I'm not going to platform these people. If you know who they are, you know who they are. But if you don't know who they are, just know that they exist and there's tricksters out there. But I'm not going to give them the clout. I'm not going to give them my clout, period. I did see that people were doxing this guy, which, guys, don't do that. That's horrible. But he was pretending to be a trans man, but he was a cisgendered man. And of course, he was like celebrating my transition of whatever years, right? And then these reels are going viral. And people are liking it, and he's getting a lot of clout for it, which, great marketing scheme, great idea to get clout and a following, but it is a little sad because like you're lying to people and lying to your audience. And then people in the comments were also like clowning the LGBTQIA because they were like, oh, these stupid people are going to follow anything. Oh, you can. Girl, well, we're trying to be supportive of a trans brother, but instead we're being supportive of a cisgendered man, which, you know, I wouldn't care as long as he's like a true ally. Like, I don't really care if you're getting clout because like I almost liked this video. I almost liked it because I was like, he's a very handsome trans man. And I was going to bippity boppity like, and then I go to the comments because I like to see if people are hating in the comments because sometimes I like to read. Sometimes I like to read the hate, okay? Like, is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? So I was like, maybe somebody's clowning my trans brother. And so I go down there and I find out, I was like, people were sussed out. Okay. And then I found the doxing. So then I was like, oh no. Shame on them, I guess, for like doing that for clout. But also, I mean, maybe it breaks down stereotypes, so I don't really care that much. Like, get your bag, I guess. But I just think everybody, the public, not just trans people or the LGBT, but everyone needs to be aware of lies on the internet. And we're going to get into disinformation and propaganda later. But guys, I used to think there are some real things on the internet and then there's some things that aren't. Now in the world of AI, I think everything is lies, fallacy, and deceit, deception. I don't know what's real. So when I get on the internet now, I'm like, all is fake and all is bad, including me. The trans girl that I saw on the internet is actually, I think she had some news articles written about her, but she was a reality star, I'm pretty sure. And she was badly transitioning to do it for clout, right? So, but then she's not transitioning at all and she still lives her life as a man. So like, I guess she's just technically cross-dressing, which I want people to have the freedom to do what they want. And I've said this many, many times before. I kind of live under the philosophy that I am Jesse and Jesse should be able to exist as Jesse and that should be good enough, and remove all the gender stereotypes that you're putting onto me. I'm Jesse and that should be good enough for you. However, I do prefer she, her, but I'm not here to conform to what society wants me to conform to. And I could not care less about those standards because I do things that are masculine and I do things that are feminine. I just prefer to look feminine, and that should be good enough for anyone. So I don't really care if people want to dress up in their own home. Like, even if it's like, you're clowning people on the internet, but you're really just clowning yourself and you're really just hurting people, honestly. But I am not the gatekeeper, not gatekeeper. I am not the gatekeeper, and I am not here to pass judgment. I just think it's important to be aware of people that are manipulating audiences, which, if you're an influencer, if you're a person on the internet and you're trying to grow a following, you're trying to manipulate an audience in some form or fashion. It's just weird to me because people really do anything to sell their soul for the Hollywood dream. Me too. You're canceled, babe. Can you guys hear that horn? Guys, we have to take a little break because this episode is sponsored by Ice Mountain, the best drinking water in the whole world. Not really, but how cool would it be if we had a sponsor? For all 3 of you guys that have subscribed, let's go! Fastest growing podcast in the world. Would you be mad at me if we had sponsors? I'm going to start playing fake commercials. That way you guys won't be mad at me whenever I start getting real ones, okay? The dating apps should really sponsor me for how much I talk about them. Guys, Logan Paul can't go to Egypt, and I think that is so funny. This article is from Complex, and it says, Logan Paul says Egyptian government banned him from entering the country. And guys, that is so wild. I'm sure this is like a repercussion of like his, his infamous Japan vlog. However, I thought this was wild, so we're going to read the article just because we can. Logan Paul says he's been banned from entering Egypt. Mr. Beast broke the news to him after Paul expressed an interest in traveling to the African country with his fellow YouTuber. Mr. Beast just uploaded a new video exploring the pyramids or something. I love the pyramids, Paul explained in his new vlog. So I was like, Jimmy, can I come? And he was like, for sure, dude. And then a week later, he called me and was like, dude, unfortunately, the Egyptian government said that you can't come. Otherwise, we can't come. According to Paul, he doesn't know why he would be prevented from visiting Egypt. I was like, wait, what? I know I pissed people off, but the Egyptian government? Paul explained, I've never been to Egypt. Why can't I come to the pyramid, Jimmy? Why can't I come to the pyramid, Jimmy? He said, I don't know. The government specifically said you were the only person that cannot come on this trip. That's bogus, honestly. Poor Logan. There doesn't appear to be any additional information on Paul's ban, though it might have something to do with the 29-year-old's reputation. And then, of course, it does mention his infamous vlog in Japan. Though I wouldn't call myself a Logan Paul fan or consumer of his content, I do think it's a little bogus getting banned completely from the country. But then again, like, why is Mr. Beast going to the pyramids? Like, what's Mr. Beast doing, kids? Oh, okay. He spent over 100 hours inside the pyramids and this video has over 151 million views 3 weeks ago. I don't want to give him my ad revenue, to be honest with you, but I concur. So I was trying to listen to Ethel Cain's newest album, because I was finally strong enough to listen to new Ethel Cain music, because Ethel Cain makes me sad sometimes because I love her so much and her music is just vibey, but the vibe is sad. You know, it's like Lana Del Rey. Sometimes I have to limit my consumption because I am sad enough as it is, you know. Guys, this album scared me. I was sober and this album scared me, and I will have to revisit later because I didn't make it past song 4 because I was like, I was scared. I live alone. I was terrified. I was like, I love Ethel, but like, guys, I have to go back. I have to go back. We have to go back to the trenches. Do I think it's bad? No, it's probably going to be really good, but I need to do it whenever I'm not having so much anxiety. Sorry. Okay. Sometimes I have anxiety. It's like rock music. I love rock music, but sometimes I can't be listening to the screamo stuff all the time because I'm like, my blood pressure. My blood pressure. Other music news. I need to tell you guys about Song of the Week. But first, before we get to Song of the Week, we need to talk about this album that Song of the Week comes off of. If you guys don't know Churches, you need to. Also, you guys need to go to church. Most likely. If you're here, you probably need to go to church. But Churches, the band? I think they're a band. I would say they're a band. The group. Let's call them a group. Churches, the group. I love their album Screen Violence, but not just their album Screen Violence. Their album Screen Violence Director's Cut, because the Director's Cut has more songs. It's the deluxe. It is so good. I also prefer the album art on this one. I like the pinkish red tones. This album, I'm going to say what I always say, and this album was life-changing to me. This album got me through last year. It is one of the albums that really got me through last year because, guys, I was struggling. I almost this album kept me from ending it all last year, guys. It really, truly is so good. I'm going to say it too. Phenomenal. This album is phenomenal because it has such great lyricism, not just the mixing, not just the music, not just the guitar references, not just not just the absolute meticulous crafting of the melodies and the lullaby type chords, and also the rock influences and just the overall sound quality and the sounds chosen to write the music. Lyrically, this album has so many religious references. You can tell that the writers of this album were truly traumatized by the church to some degree and have an internal struggle with religion. And I personally enjoy that because guess what? Girl, same. Girl, same. Like sometimes I'd be struggling out here with the religious ideologies that I was force-fed as a child, and that did follow me into my adulthood. And I know I talk about religion a lot, and I know that religion is fine if it helps people, and if it does help you, great. And I'm still kind of spiritual, and sometimes I manifest, sometimes I pray, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, I'm a freaking atheist. So I don't know. I'm working on that, working through that, people. But this album, you guys need to listen to it. I would really recommend this album. It is one of my favorite albums. Top 10 favorites for sure. I don't have an actual ranking, but I would say top 10 favorites because there's not that many albums that I say I like almost every song on there. And this one I do. If you had asked me last year what my favorite song on the album, and it probably still is my favorite song on the album, it's Killer. Killer is such a good song. And I have showed it to so many people, and now I'm showing it to you because you guys need to listen to it. As of right now, Song of the Week is Asking for a Friend because it just lyrically and sonically, it makes me feel things for what I'm going through in my personal life. And this whole album, it really gives me so much closure because it really just helped me process a lot of things and continues to do so. Every time I have another listen through of this album, I feel like I discover something more about myself. The lyrics resonate in a deeper way and in a different way. And I would highly recommend, if you're going through something, girl, listen to this album, okay? This album is so freaking good. I love Churches. I would love to see them live. I would point more of my favorites out on the album, but truly, I like all of the songs on this album. The only song that I don't really love, which I still like it's just it's not like to me, it's not on the same caliber as the other songs of the album. It's Try Not to Drown. Is that the title? Yeah, Try Not to Drown with Robert Smith. That one's just not my favorite. It's okay. It's good. Like, I wouldn't say it's a bad song, but it's just not my favorite one on the album. Everything else on the album, Lullabies. Oh my God. Oh my God. Asking for a Friend, He Said, She Said, just all of it. Just go listen to the album, write me a thesis, put it in the comments. Because guys, please do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. You probably came here to laugh, but if you listen to this, you will feel things. So FYI. Icon of the week this week is me, and you might be asking yourself, why? Because I think all sexes should be reassigned at birth. It saves time later. I'm just kidding. Icon of the week is Overhaul, and that is because he's on my shirt, and Overhaul is kind of hot. Can we talk about it? He's kind of hot, and they did him dirty. Spoiler alert. They did him dirty. Whenever they amputated his limbs, they did my boy dirty. They did my boy dirty. And that's okay. But I have him on a shirt now, which I did get this thrifted because I guess somebody doesn't love Overhaul anymore. So apparently Hasan Piker got banned from Twitch this week, which I think is totally bogus. And if you don't understand the ramifications and the parameters surrounding this ban, you guys should go watch his YouTube video because, well, not that you probably already have, but you guys should go watch it if you haven't. I'm not a frequent watcher of his live streams, but I do watch his highlights on YouTube because politically he does offer a very informed and broad overview of what's going on in current political issues, which is rare to see these days. There's so much propaganda and there's so much misinformation and disinformation out there, okay? Him getting banned for what he said is wild to me. Do I think he was on par with what he was saying and like the word usage? Probably not. And you really do have to be very careful with in the political spectrum of what you say because there's backlash for that. But obviously, I do not think he was inciting violence, and I tend to agree with his personal statement that he issued on YouTube. That being said, it's none of my freaking business. But you guys should definitely go watch his video. And I want to just to talk to you guys a second about what a smear campaign looks like. If you Google Hasan Piker ban, those 3 words, just his name, and ban, you will see that people are perpetuating disinformation via titles, okay? This one says, this is the top one, okay? Who is Hasan Piker? Popular streamer banned from Twitch urging viewers to kill Florida Senator Rick Scott. Okay, if you watch the whole video, he does not urge anyone to do anything, okay? Watch his video before you listen to me talk about this. But all of the titles are pretty similar to this. There's other ones that are like Twitch has banned Hasan Piker again. So like that's not misinformation or disinformation. But the ones that are saying like banned for deliberately inciting, it's like they're trying to, like this one says, Twitch streamer Hasan Piker kicked off platform after viral Rick Scott comment. That one's more accurate. But the fact that the top ones are literally saying that he was trying to incite violence and being so urging, that word right there, like what is the line between fact and then misinformation or disinformation? So the difference between misinformation and disinformation, if you didn't know, misinformation is whenever you're accidentally perpetuating something that isn't true, and disinformation is whenever you're perpetuating something on purpose that you know to be false. The choice of verbiage used in some of these titles, it's really disheartening to see and to read because, and it's not just happening to him, that people get canceled by smear campaigns all the time because they have a viral moment or whatever. And people pay for these articles, right? A lot of these articles, rich people pay for that to be put out. So I feel for him. I hope he gets his platform back. I'm sure he will, but if not, you know, there's plenty of other live streaming platforms you can use, but it is unfortunate because he is he might be the biggest left-leaning progressive political commentators like that. So one of the many reasons I love Hasan is because he stands up for marginalized groups, and more cisgendered heterosexual men need to be doing that. I have said it before, everybody should be, but he knows that we live in a patriarchy, right? We don't live in a matriarch as much as I would like to, but guys, the fact that he advocates for me, a trans woman, of course I'm going to advocate for him. I may have 5 subscribers, guys. I may have -3 views, but guess what? I am going to stand up for what's right here because he should not be deplatformed for that. There are so many radical, fanatical, conservative people on these platforms that do not get the same kind of treatment. I'm going to go on a rant about censorship here. Guys, censorship is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. The fact that big YouTubers can say all kinds of profanity. I started bleeping all of my profanity, and I'm just going to tell you guys a little secret. I don't bleep it because I'm afraid of the bad word. I despise censorship for the most part, specifically in regards to comedy. I think people should say whatever they want to say and feel that they can say. I believe in the freedom of speech. However, there are certain words that I choose not to say, and there are certain profanities that I do feel that I have the liberty to say, and that is okay, I think. Maybe I do bleep them on the YouTube channel now because guess what, guys? The algorithms don't like potty words. And does that mean I personally don't feel comfortable saying certain words? No, but I do think it is bogus that if you have a following, there's a lot of influencers that I could name. I could name drop so many people, but I'm not going to because some of them I really like. But they can wear scandalously clad outfits that are revealing, and they can also say a lot of potty words, and the algorithm doesn't mind. They don't lose their AdSense, and they don't lose the push from the algorithm. Small creators, you have to be much more careful because guess what? The algorithm doesn't like when you're saying potty words, and it doesn't like whenever you're showing nipples on camera. So I don't know. Censorship like that really annoys me because I want to be able to say fuck. Okay, maybe I want to say on my YouTube channel, and maybe that's a me problem. Maybe that's a use precise language issue. But guys, what it do? Like, why am I being limited for my freedom of speech because you can't hear an F-bomb because you get offended? Also, if you get offended over potty words, maybe you should check yourself before you Shrek yourself. I'm Team Hasan on this one, guys, and as long as he keeps representing and standing up for the little guy and the marginalized groups and the dolls, I'm going to stand with him. So Hasan Piker, you have my love. Speaking of propaganda and World War III, did you guys see the Donald Trump AI video that was posted on Truth Social? Guys, the belly dancers, let's just be real. I am going to look at the article. This is all over the news and it's all over social media. And I would compare this to propaganda from the first 2 world wars because we don't have the same technology anymore. Technology has progressed and AI is really the big thing of the future, right? There's so much controversy surrounding that. And I'm not trying to get into all that, but the fact that this is distracting from so many more important things is crazy to me. So this is meme of the week, but The Guardian, if you guys don't read The Guardian, I think you should because I love The Guardian. It is usually the facts, almost like I say usually, it's always the facts. It's always the facts. And they do such a great job at reporting without having that biased freaking opinion. I don't like whenever they're telling me how to feel in articles. I like when they state the facts and just put it out there. The thing that I wanted to hyperfixate on is the male belly dancers because I don't care. Again, boys, girls, everyone in between, lack thereof. I don't care what you are or if you belly dance. I think that's iconic. I think it's awesome. Good for you, gal. But the fact that everybody's being anti-LGBT right now and he's going to post that, wild. Apparently his caption on Truth Social was Gaza 2025, what's next? That is crazy. The video might have gone down particularly badly with Trump's Christian supporters, with several comments referencing the idolatry of the golden statue, and others lamenting the scene showing Trump in a nightclub alone with a woman dressed as a belly dancer as a crowd looks on. Guys, wild west out here. Israel is fighting allegations of genocide in Gaza, where it has killed nearly 50,000 people, mostly civilians. 50,000 people, guys. That is a lot of people. 50,000 50,000. Google your town, Google your population in the town you live in, and then tell me how many 50,000 people is comparatively to that. So 50,000 people, mostly civilians, in a war that began with an attack in Hamas on October 7th of 2023. That was a long time ago, guys, and it's still going. It's really disheartening to me, guys. I don't like innocent people dying. I don't like people dying in general, but I think I'm not the most qualified person to comment about this, but I think it's crazy. It's crazy, and I think this is a modern day form of propaganda, and I think it's a modern day form of distraction, and we should really ask ourselves what we're consuming, why we're consuming, and why he was posting it, because guess what? I don't know if our president has the phone where he can just upload and do whatever he wants, right? I don't know that. But I do know that many celebrities, in fact, most celebrities, have people that run their social media for them. And it's interesting to me because if our president is on his phone and posting whatever he wants, that's wild. That is wild. And if he's not the one posting that, then who did and why, and who did it go through to get posted? Because I'm just a low down podcast host, right, guys? But what I post goes through several clearances of me, right? Of editing and of production. I know that was AI and you can get AI generated things very quickly to post, but it's a little weird that would just, get uploaded. I don't know why the decision was made to post this. I'm not particularly offended by it per se. I think it's comical and I think it's a distraction. And I'm like, why are we doing this and not working on providing healthcare for millions and millions of people in America?
Now I'm serious.
I don't know. That would be a question for Hasan Piker, not me. So we're going to wind down the podcast now and we're going to end on a positive note and we're going to react to the Shrek 5 trailer. Guys, I'm so excited. I didn't even know the trailer was out because, again, I'm trying to spend less time on social media because lately I've been spending too much time on social media. So I don't know how. I knew Shrek 5 had been announced, but I didn't know how I had missed the trailer. So I have not seen any of this trailer. So without further ado, let's react. We've got Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, and Eddie Murphy all coming back for this cast, okay? Also Zendaya, I do know that. Not sure who she's going to be. Guess we're going to find out.
Hey, Magic Mirror, who's the fairest of them all? Why, Shrek, of course.
Oh my God.
Ah!
Ew, Dad.
Ooh, Mommy like.
Who's making this stuff?
Not me.
Whoa! Shrek 5, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz,
Eddie Murphy?
and Zendaya. Oh,
Zendaya.
Only in theaters, Christmas 2026.
So we got a Magic Mirror TikTok and Zendaya and new animation. I think it's going to be wild. I think it's going to be a wild, wild time. But Eddie Murphy supports the dolls. And if you don't know what I mean, you're probably too young. It's time for me to go, but I will leave you today with an ode to capitalism. This is the nickel that I found. I am now 5 cents richer, okay? Also, they're not going to make pennies anymore. That's weird. Probably a good idea, though. Canada hasn't done that for a while. But 5 cents, guys. I am 5 cents richer. You wanted my 2 cents, but you got my 5 cents. And guess what? You owe me $1 now because I have given you so much. You could at least give me $1. Okay, fine. You don't have to give me $1, but give me your like at least. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching episode 12 of the Wig Alopecia podcast, starring me, Jessie Vesper. I will catch you guys next week in episode 13, if you're lucky.